Hi, everybody. We're so excited you guys are on here with us tonight. This is going to be a small, intimate setting where you can just learn a little bit more about why we are feeling our best and why we were sick and tired of being sick and tired and made a change. So we're really excited that you guys are with us tonight. You guys are super fortunate to get to hear 3 amazing stories tonight about what this product has done for all of us. And we are so glad you guys came. Hi, Lisa. I see you there. Awesome. We're so excited to have you guys join us. Well, welcome. We don't want to keep you long, but we want to help you just kind of get a sneak peek into why we're so passionate about a product that has completely changed our health and wellness. My favorite part is everybody's story on this product is so completely different. The product that I'm talking about is the Thrive Experience. Maybe you've seen people walking around, oh, my DFT is not on my arm today, it's on my back. I forgot. But there's Yvonne's. You can see hers right there. Perfect. And perfect. Bridget's is on her arm. Mine's on my back. I didn't even think about it. But you can see, probably have seen people on social media or walking around town, or your friend that even invited you tonight. Maybe you've seen it on them and you're like, what is that little thing? Or like my kids call it, what's that happy patch? What's that thing that's making you feel so good? So we're so excited to be sharing with you guys about that tonight. My name is Blair Critch. I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm a mom of 2 boys. They are 12 and 14, and I've been on this product. In July, it will be 5 years. So even more than 4.5 years now. And it just keeps getting better. We're so excited to have you guys join us here tonight. The coolest thing is the Thrive Experience is actually underneath a company called Le-Vel, and we are the world's only wearable nutrition with 26 patents and pending. It is innovative technology that is unlike anything else out there. The most exciting thing, in my opinion, is that, there are over 100 people, there are 100 people, or actually more than that now. I think there's like 130 people in this company who've gotten the Millionaire Award. And the only reason I'm sharing that is because that just shows you, in 6 years of this company growing, how fast this has taken hold and become a phenomenon. We're a global company now. We're open not only in the United States, but in Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, parts of the UK, Guam, Puerto Rico, and any military base. And so we're starting our global expansion. We're really excited about that. We are about to hit $2 billion in online sales in 6 years. That's really incredible for a company like this. So we're so excited to share with you guys a little bit more tonight about why. Why is this company blowing up? Why is this product so great? So we're going to share a lot of that with you guys tonight. And we're going to start with really sharing, what is the Thrive Experience? Why does it work so great? When I first got introduced to the Thrive Experience, I was just tired. I was worn out. I was having headaches almost every single day. I was not sleeping great at night. It honestly didn't matter if I slept 12 hours, 14 hours, or 4 hours. I woke up exhausted every single morning, hit that snooze button multiple times, and I just wasn't living my best life. I felt like a robot. How many of you guys, so those of you that are new to Zoom, at the bottom, there's this little bubble and it says chat. You can click that and you can correspond with us so that we can be actively engaged with each other, even though we can't see you, because I know a lot of you guys aren't on video. But I would love to hear if any of you guys feel like a robot like I did. I just felt like every day was the same, right? I was counting down the hours so I could go to bed every night, not living my best life, that's for sure. So after I got started on the Thrive Experience, man, it only took a few days for me. It was really the morning of day 4 that I woke up and said, wow, I didn't hit that snooze button this morning. I feel refreshed. I actually feel good. I'm ready to take on the day. And all of a sudden I realized I had a better mood that day. I realized that my mental clarity was great. I didn't feel like I had cobwebs in my brain. And around 3 to 4 o'clock is usually when I used to crash and reach for sugar or caffeine or even a nap. All of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel just as good as I did this morning. This is crazy. And by Saturday, my husband had seen such a change in me that he looked at me and said, whatever this is this week, I want some. And that's where our story really began. So I'll be sharing a little more with you guys later about what exactly happened for us together as a couple and how our life has changed over the last 4.5 years because of 3 simple steps. But I'm really excited for you guys to meet some of my friends tonight. First, I want to introduce you to Bridget, who is a mom of a 6-year-old boy. But when she was first introduced to Thrive, boy, does she need it, because she's doing it all on her own. She became a widow very early. Was your baby even born? You just had him, right?
He was 9.5 months old.
9.5 months. You guys, can't even imagine. But I'm sharing that because maybe you're going through something right now, or you're feeling overwhelmed in life. And all of us that are on here tonight that are on the Thrive Experience have gone through something that made us go, I deserve to live a better life. I deserve to feel better. I deserve to make a change. And I love, Bridget, that you took that chance with the Thrive Experience. So I'd love for you to share your story with everyone tonight. And maybe also let them know, like, what are those 3 steps that we're talking about? Like, what is the Thrive Experience?
Right. Okay. Thanks, Blair. So like she said, my name is Bridget Martin, and my experience is this. As Blair had said, I became a widow with a 9.5-month-old baby. So I had been in survival mode for years. Just like literally, if you can imagine the hamster just going around on the wheel. And every day I was fueling my body with caffeine and more caffeine just to keep the momentum going to get through each and every day. And as a result, as you can imagine, I wasn't sleeping at night either. So I had reached a point where I was taking naps, and I am not a napper by nature at all. So I knew something was, my body was just wearing out. And that's when Thrive found me. I wasn't looking, it found me by my good friend. And on day 1, I was what they call a day 1 thriver. I instantly had that energy back and I felt good. And by my second day, I thought, okay, there's something here. I want this every day. And, it's been a 1.5 years for me now. And the biggest things for me is that I got off caffeine. I was drinking a half a pot of coffee before I took my son to preschool. And then I was doing energy drinks all day long just to keep it going. So that was my hugest thing, was I needed that energy, and the fact that I don't have to have synthetic caffeine anymore is an absolute miracle. Another thing, obviously, as a result of not being on that caffeine, I sleep really good. My mental clarity is insane. I mean, with all the things that I'm juggling day to day, I would walk into a room and be like, what did I even come in here for? I have no idea. So my list is long, but the best thing I have to say is just my overall wellness. I truly believe this product makes you age backwards, because I feel better than I did. I'm 48 and I feel better than I did when I was in my early 30s. So that's pretty much my story. The beauty of this product is the simplicity. I put my capsules with water on my nightstand table at night. First thing in the morning before I get out of bed, I take my capsules. And then 20 to 30 minutes later, I drink the ultra micronized lifestyle shake mix, which is super yummy. All the flavors are really good. And then immediately I put on my DFT and I'm done for the day. So within the first 20 to 30 minutes of my morning, I've already introduced to my body over 100 different vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, antioxidants, digestive enzymes, just to name a few. So that in itself has just kept me going for the last 1.5 years. It has truly changed my life because, stress really does a number on you. And this has given me so much more patience with my son. The patience alone is a miracle in itself. So that's pretty much what I got for you. I'll turn that back over to Blair.
Awesome. Thank you. And I totally agree. The fact that it's 3 simple steps every morning, the simplicity is brilliant, because you don't have to remember throughout the day to take things. That was actually the biggest reason I said no to the Thrive Experience at first, was because I had a whole cabinet full of things in my kitchen that were not working for me because I wasn't taking it correctly. I'm sure maybe they were great products, but if you don't take it and you don't follow through and remember to take it 30 minutes before a meal or at this time at night, then it's not going to do what it's supposed to do for you. And so I felt guilty actually even investing in the Thrive Experience. I'm sure a lot of you can relate with that, before I even finally ordered it, because I didn't want to waste my family's money again. But once I realized how easy it was to take the 3 simple steps before my kids even woke up in the morning, that was it. I've never missed a day since. And it's so simple and easy to take. It has to be for somebody like Yvonne, who's going to be sharing with us now, because she has 3 kids. And when she started on the Thrive Experience, she was extremely busy. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear my friend Yvonne's story, because it is one that you can see a quick turnaround in how she felt. So Yvonne, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thank you, Blair. I hope everyone can hear me okay. Yes, wow. I was an overwhelmed, exhausted, stressed out, cranky mom. I have 3 kids. When I started Thrive, I was actually working on the night shift. I had been through super hard stuff, a lot of loss, financial devastation. I had been through a serious health challenge. Everyone actually, ironically, saw me as this strong, positive person. But I guess I was fooling everybody. I was absolutely the opposite of the way people saw me. I was drained. I was depleted. I was working nights, and like Bridget said, I was so over caffeinated. Like, I used to enjoy coffee. When I started working nights, I was doing it to stay awake at my desk. I was doing it to wake up in the afternoons. I was doing it on my way to work and on my way home. So I was in a really bad place. As a matter of fact, on the weekends, I would be off of work and I would hear my kids about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and I would be sleeping. And this is embarrassing, but I would pretend to be sleeping in my bedroom to avoid hanging out with my family, because I would wake up with just a headache most days and this brain fog and just a really bad attitude. I was pretty miserable. So when I stumbled onto Thrive, it was through Facebook. It was completely random. I had never heard of it. I'd never taken vitamins in my life. Frankly, I avoided vitamins. They always upset my stomach. So when I spoke to my friend Beth, who shared it with me on Facebook, she was telling me how simple it is and how she could just see everything I had been through. And she just expressed how desperately I needed this product. And I was like, okay, sure, send me a pack. And so the first day I was a little skeptical about how I might feel. Frankly, it was so simple, I didn't notice anything. Now I was waking up at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I used to oversleep many, many times. Okay, when I'd wake up, I'd be late to pick up my kids. I'd be super crabby. They weren't allowed to talk in my car. Okay, so it was really a hostile environment around my house. Well, day 3 of my Thrive experience, my friend checked in. She's like, "Are you feeling it yet?" And I'm like, well, not really, but I noticed this one thing, and I have to ask. It was November, so it was really wintry here in Chicago. My skin was normally very dry. I said, I have this like weird glow. My skin is soft. It's glowing. I don't know how else to describe it. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's totally Thrive. It's already working on day 3. And I'm like, this woman is crazy. Like, I don't know how this could work like this. So I did continue taking it because it was super simple. I literally wake up, grab the capsule, grab the Lifestyle Mix, run out and get my kids. Day 7, you guys, I was blown away. So remember, I was the crabby mom who would oversleep, wake up with a brain fog and a headache. Day 7, it was like summertime in the dead of winter. I woke up. I literally felt almost happy waking up. I didn't hit the snooze button. I jumped out of bed. I was so excited to go see my kids and pick them up from school. I had not felt that in years. I'm telling you. I picked up my kids, and I have to tell you, my girls got in the car, and they normally would get yelled at by me if they spoke too loudly. And I said, oh my gosh, how was your day? And they were like, what's happening with Mom? They were scared to talk to me. I was just so full of life, and it was crazy. I was skeptical that it wouldn't last. I talked to my girlfriend Beth and shared with her what had happened, and she had me reflect over the previous few days. You guys, on day 4, I went without coffee. Now let me just tell you how much coffee I was drinking. Like, when I say I was drinking 6 to 7 cups a day, I'm not exaggerating. I'd fill up like a thing like this on my way to work. That's like 4 cups, okay? I would drink it through the night. I'd drink it at 5 a.m. on my way home. I went from that to 0 in 4 days on the Thrive experience, because what was happening is I wasn't needing to go to the Coke machine or the coffee machine at work. I didn't need it to keep me awake on my ride home, or to get me out of bed, or to get me to work at 8 o'clock at night. So I just was blown away by the energy. It continued. It only got better. I started losing weight and feeling energized every single day, to the point where I lost 6 pounds in the first few weeks. And I walked into a gym 10 weeks into my Thrive experience for the first time in 7 years. And this formerly fit mom who had lost hope for ever feeling good or ever feeling fit has completely transformed her body. If you can see my before and after pictures, it's unbelievable. I'm 49 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. Like Blair said, I would never miss a day of this stuff, you guys. I was out like hanging on the basketball hoop 2 weekends ago and riding skateboards with my kids. Like, I'm the crazy, fun, fit mom. They're so proud of me and they like to show me off. It's hilarious and fun, and I am finally living. And it's all because of these 3 simple steps. I mean, I'm just blown away by how it's changed my life. I never expected this at all.
I love that, Yvonne. So a lot of you guys are probably listening and you're like, oh yeah, I'm always spending money on coffee. I'm always spending money on soda. Or I'm spending money on other vitamins that aren't doing what you're talking about right now. And the best part is you can actually get this for free. So Yvonne, can you share with them how they can actually get the Thrive experience for free? Which is my favorite.
Yes. And I can definitely speak to this because my family had gone absolutely broke. Like, we were homeless from 2011 to 2013. So when I was introduced in 2015, I did not have an extra dime in my budget for a thing. So, I was really excited about it, but I told Beth, I'm like, I'm sure I can't afford this. And she said, listen, we have this thing where if you refer 2 friends, you get your product for free. And I said, hold on a second. I don't have any friends. I don't have time, like, in my day. I work with 12 crabby people on the night shift is exactly what I told her. And I said, you know what? I really don't have a social life anymore. I don't even go to church. So I don't know who I would talk to about this. And she's like, trust me, when people start seeing the changes in you, they're going to notice, or you're not going to be able to help sharing. And so I was like, oh, okay. I was really skeptical about that, but I just went with it. And literally within the first week, when my coworker who used to sit next to me, she was drinking Red Bulls all night. She was a single mom, kind of like Bridget, just exhausted, running on fumes. And she was like, what are you doing? You are so happy. You look alive. You're not drinking your coffee. Like, what is up? And I was like, it's this Thrive stuff. And she ordered it. Okay. So I had 1 customer in my first week. And then apparently it's a thing to, like, I don't know, there are weight loss products out there, right, that people have used. So my girlfriend heard I was taking these little shakes and capsules, and she's like, well, that helped me lose weight. She had lost 100 pounds and was kind of stuck. She wanted to lose 50 more. And I was like, I have no idea. Let me call my friend Beth. So I connected her with Beth, and Beth's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Weight loss is, one of the benefits that a lot of people report that are on Thrive. So she hooked Lorraine up with Thrive, and she had an amazing experience and continued on her weight loss journey. So I had my first 2 customers within the first 2 weeks, which earned me my product for free. The following month, they averaged those orders and gave me those credits. So after that first order, I have not paid for my Thrive since, because naturally, like, more people started noticing. I started sharing more intentionally because I really couldn't keep it to myself. I was just so blown away. I knew a lot of other people needed the energy and the weight management and so many of the other benefits that I had seen. So it was way easier than I ever imagined to get that product for free.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I remember thinking the exact same thing, Yvonne, which was like, I don't know if I can get 2 people. And then literally by Saturday, you guys, I was sharing with you all, how I started to feel better. My husband knew, he could tell the difference. That Saturday, he looked at me and said, whatever this is this week, like, you've worked out every single day, you're eating healthy, you're glowing, you're happy, you're not snapping at the kids or me, you're actually sleeping at night instead of tossing and turning, hopping out of the bed in the morning. I want it too. So my husband was actually my very first customer. And then my best friend that same weekend asked me what new skincare line I was using because my skin was glowing, as she said. And I said, actually, I haven't changed anything but these vitamins. And she said, well, I want to try them if they're doing all that stuff for you. So she was my second customer, and it happened all within the first 8 days of being on the product. And that wasn't even me posting on social media yet or telling other people about it. So that is when my husband and I I was like, let's see if this works for you. And he got on it. He actually started on the women's because that's all I had. He had ordered, but he's like, I'm starting tomorrow. I'm on this stuff with you. And he started on the Thrive experience. And within the very first few days, what he noticed first was the mental clarity and the mood. He said, I feel like that transition from coming home from work to being dad is so much easier. I feel happy, excited. I have energy. He's like, all of my friends need this. Like, it's sometimes really hard. And a lot of you that work full time, you know what we're talking about, that transition, right? When you pull up at your house, you're like, all right, now I got to be mom, or I got to be dad. I got to do all these things, right? And so he was like, wow, we have a lot of friends who need this product. We know a lot of people who are tired, exhausted, run down, and stressed out. We need to look into the business side of this more. And so that was actually when my husband's an entrepreneur. He's in real estate. I used to teach kindergarten, so it was not my jam. But he said to me, we need to look into this business more. And so we did. We sat down together. We started looking into it, and we fell in love. The first thing we fell in love with was the mission statement of this company, which is to help people live a life that they deserve. Can't think of a better one for my life, right? To help other people every single day. That's kind of why I became a kindergarten teacher too. So I loved the fact that that was their mission. The second thing I loved was the fact that there was no yearly fee, no website fee, no stocking of inventory. People go directly to your website, they order, and the product gets shipped out directly to them. So I don't have to like hope and pray that I sell my stuff. I also don't have to worry about getting hit on my credit card once a year or once a month, charging me for using their website, for using all of those great tools that they provide us. It's all free. They don't want to charge us for selling their product. That to me was very intriguing, because if you know anything about this industry, that's usually something that they do is charge for that. So that was different and unique. The fact that your customers or your promoters can thrive for free by referring to was another thing that really intrigued my husband and I, because hello, that means my customers are working for me too. It means we're all working together, and that's a brilliant marketing plan. Social sharing is the wave of the future. There's also, it's a cloud-based business opportunity, which means there's no brick and mortar office. They don't pay for some huge fancy home office. Instead, they put that money and they make it a cloud-based. They're able to hire the best of the best that work remotely from their own home, but it also allows them to take that extra money that they would have spent on a fancy home office and instead put it back into the hands of the promoters with the best compensation plan I've ever seen. They're actually number one for their auto bonus rewards plan, which means that's where they give people their monthly car bonus. And so they're number one, having the most people have auto bonus in this whole industry in the United States. So that was really exciting. And for me, that was when I was kind of like, all right, I'm going to take a chance. Let's see what happens. And then the icing on the cake was when my friend Elise said, okay, well, when you click that promoter button, which is free to do, in your first 2 weeks, you can earn over $1,200 in bonuses. What do you think? By bringing in 8 people. And that right there, I was mind blown, because it was August of 2004, the first week in August. What did that mean for me? It meant my kids were about to go back to school. I was going to need to be buying school supplies, uniforms, and we had just moved into a new house that we had saved every last penny that we had to put down 20% on, because 4 years prior we had filed bankruptcy. So we were rebuilding our life at that time. I didn't have a lot of extra money in my bank account. So the fact that I could earn $1,200 was going to not only pay for my kids' school supplies and their uniforms, but I also paid for my house to get painted on the inside when we moved in. So it was really huge for me, and it was all for sharing it with 8 people. I was like, 8 people? I could think of 100 people who need this product right off the top of my head. And so my husband and I both felt super passionate about sharing people. We were not worried about sharing it because we knew the product worked. I've heard story after story, like you heard tonight, of Bridget, Yvonne, personal friends and family of mine now that have just had their life change because of the product. And I'll be honest, when we first started, who did we reach out to at first? It was tired, exhausted, rundown mom and dads, because that's what we were. But very quickly, we learned that this product is for anybody 18 to even 90-something years old. Because I had a friend of mine give it to her mom after she got her doctor to approve it, and she was in her late 80s. She called me up crying and said, Blair, I haven't gardened in 5 years. I am outside moving my hands in a way they haven't been able to move in 5 years. You gave me my life back. I'm so thankful you shared this with Melissa. And then I had another one of my friends, because it was August, send it. She said, what do you think about me sending it to my college student? I said, I think it would be great. And her son said, Mom, I'm focusing so good in class while my other friends are falling asleep. I'm sleeping good at night. and I feel great. I feel better than I did when I was home this summer. And so I realized very quickly that this is a product for anybody. And so that got me excited. It got my friends excited. And within the very first month of being in business, I was able to earn that auto bonus with our company. 2 months later, my husband hit it. Neither one of us have paid for our monthly payment for our car since the fall of 2014. That's life changing. And I'm so excited to share that with you because I know a lot of times when you hear about these kind of businesses, you're like, I don't really know. Is this legit? Is it real? Well, here's what I have to say. Get started on the product. You'll know within the very first 7 days what we're talking about, and you're going to want to share it with others, whether you share to just simply get your product for free or to have a side business or maybe even a business that turns into your full-time business, which is what this has done for me and so many others. So we want to make sure that those of you that are on tonight, that we get you any information that you need. If you have more questions than what you heard tonight, we want to make sure we answer them for you. Get back with the person who invited you. If you feel like you need a little bit more information, we're here to give it to you. If you're like, wow, those stories were amazing, and you want to check out some more, go check out facebook.com/Lavelle Brands. You can read even more. But I would say this, give yourself the gift of 30 days. Give yourself the gift of health. Get yourself started. So if you're ready to place that order as a customer, get back with the person who invited you, place your order, see what this product can do for you. And then very quickly, you're going to want to share it with others and get it for free. And if you're interested in hearing more about the business, I can't think of a better time than right now, because not only are people wanting to feel better, but it's about to be summer and people are ready for their summer bodies, right? So they're ready for a change. They need more energy. They want to lose weight. They want to feel better. They want to sleep better at night and be a better version of themselves. So if you're interested in learning more about the business, we are here to get you any information that you need and help walk you through that. So make sure you get back to whoever invited you tonight. We are so excited to share more information with you. I want to give a huge shout out to Bridget and Yvonne for sharing their stories tonight. They're incredible stories. They're even more details about their stories. So if they invited you tonight, ask them to give you more information or answer any questions that you have. All right, guys? So thanks for hopping on. We're actually going to do this again next Monday. So if you're like, wow, I really feel like I learned a lot and I have a few friends who I think this would be great for, invite them to come back. Next Monday, the exact same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, this exact same link. We'll be here. We'll be sharing 3 different stories so you can hear even more stories. So feel free to invite anybody. Guess what? You might bring 2 friends. They're ready to run in with you, and you already have your product for free for the following month. That's pretty exciting. So thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks again, Bridget and Yvonne, and you guys have a great night.
Thank you, Blair.
Bye.